All right, MoonKILL Radio. We're back with another one. Again, we have a very, very special guest. Special to me, especially. A very old friend of mine, Mr. Alan Brown.
What up? What up?
From the GRCN, right? Me and this guy go back about 27, 28 years. Yeah, go back quite a few years. Yeah. We have a history of dance in the hip hop community. Again, freestyling, b-boying, housing.
Yeah.
Back in the early 90s.
Yeah.
We were young and spunky.
Riding bikes.
You
know what I'm saying? Meet me up over by the mall and then follow me to your house type style, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Trying to listen to every rap song known to man at the time.
Yeah. Dissecting them.
Yeah. Again, you people on MoonKILL know that we try and be very community active. Again, we want to bring people who do, like I said, I try and say, bring people of our community doing in our community.
It's a beautiful thing.
Okay, and this is one of them right here. You guys, we're going to get to know him, the man himself. We should start real quick of what it is. We're bringing him in. He is the CEO.
Yes, sir.
The founder, the executive director of GRCN, which stands for Grassroots Community Networks.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Again, you guys are based in Cerritos?
Yeah, well, our office is in Cerritos, but as far as it goes with the population that we service, it's all throughout LA County.
Okay, so a whole LA County deal.
Whole LA County, yes, sir.
Right, but you do have a centralized location in Cerritos.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we right across the street from the mall. That location may be moving, but we always gonna be in Southern California. Even if I'm not in Southern California, this is our home base.
Home base.
LA County, baby.
But you do as well branch out throughout the state.
Well, we looking to. We've got
Or you go to Orange County?
Yes, we do. We go to Orange County,
San Diego,
Inland Empire. I've done some work in San Francisco. Been out in San Diego. We got some people who represent us a little bit here and there in China, and do their thing as far as that goes. Just letting the people know about what we do. But LA County is the main thing where we get busy.
Okay, so just give me a short rundown.
No problem.
Or give the audience a short rundown what GRCN does.
No problem. GRCN, Grassroots Community Network. Our mission statement is to service at-risk youth, and not just stop there, but also as they become adults and emancipate out of the system. We work with all races, all ages, male, female. It's just something that has been a calling for us. I grew up in the 80s with the crack era, and that stuff was really heavy. My father, I went through a lot of different things with him, but as we got older, our relationship got a lot stronger. And I actually watched him working with the at-risk youth in the community when they used to pick up kids in the community from Compton, Long Beach, Inglewood, Watts, Gardena, and he had a paper route, Daily Breeze, if you know what that is. And he would take them around door to door, and they would sell subscriptions. And all of the kids that was in there was either in group homes, some of them even homeless, unfortunately. Parents was on drugs. And that was really the start of what we do, even though the name hadn't been branded yet. And I got to be the youngest person out of the bunch, and it was all different gang members from different types of hoods. But the beautiful thing is we all came together. At that time, the common cause was to get money, but my dad also mentored them. And that was really the start of me really doing what I do. I went through a lot of phases, as my man Jose knows. But, it was always I always wanted to give back and hopefully, let these youth know that somebody cares, and at the same time, man, you don't have to make the same mistakes I made. I can show you how to get that treasure. We build a map for you, and you'll be able to get it. We use theater to address social issues. The whole world is your stage is our motto, and you get to pick the part you play.
All right, so you helping you, but that's not like the at-risk youth is not all you guys do, right?
No, we also put on plays. I produce music myself, b-boy, freestyle, dance, rap, act. I wear many hats, mentor.
But I mean the different services that GRCN provides.
We provide gang intervention. We also do independent living skills. We work with people who've dealt with some severe PTSD, some trauma. All of our stuff is evidence-based. So our main thing is we working with at-risk youth, man. That's the main thing. Yeah. But like I was talking to you before when we was off the air, is that a lot of the youth have grown up now, so I still keep in contact with them, and it's like I don't even look at them now as just somebody who I worked with or worked for, but now they're like a family, literally. I get calls and texts on Christmas, Thanksgiving, and all of the above.
Right.
They ask me for advice. They've told me some things that is, stories that would just blow your mind, seeing some things that they've went through. But ultimately, I look at them as family, and even though there are some boundaries with that, that's family, man. I look at them all as family. I got a giant family now.
Right, and it's still growing.
Still growing. You right about
still
that.
Growing.
All different races, colors, backgrounds, genders. I work with them all. LGBTQ and all the other letters that go along with that.
Yeah.
Some of the kids is involved with that, with identity issues. I'm heterosexual myself, just keeping it thorough. You know what I'm saying? Got 2 kids and wife and all that, but
But you're not leaving anybody out in the cold, though, man.
Not at all. I don't care what your preference is. So long as you can act right, and if you don't know how to act right, we're gonna work on teaching you how to act right. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, if anyone's out there, now, you guys take volunteers or? If people want to get involved.
Yeah, if you want to get involved, if it's okay if I say my number on the air.
No.
Nothing to hide.
This is your info,
man. My phone
man.
number is 562-293-7627. I'm the CEO. I wear many hats, but at the same time, I'm not on no ego thing. And anybody who has a love for wanting to work with youth, go ahead and give me a holler, man, because this is definitely a calling. It's a lifelong calling, and I want people who really want to be able to make an impact in these people's life. They done had enough people who have been inconsistent, and me and Jose, we've talked about this. We've had people in and out of our lives, and you look up to them, and then they're gone one day, or you don't know what page they're gonna be on the next. So we just try to give them some stability and consistency, so that they know that they got somebody always in their corner, and even when we're not in their corner, they can hear that voice in the back of their head and believe in themselves that they can accomplish anything. I want them all to reach their goal. The ultimate dream for me is to get somebody else to reach their dream. Whether I reach mine or not, because I feel like I'm living it. I got some other dreams that my man Jose was talking about on this microphone here. But, but on the real, man, I want everybody to be able to live out their dream. That's my ultimate goal for everybody on this planet. If you can live out your dream doing something that you're passionate about, and it's positive and it don't hurt nobody, and you can be remembered for like 1,000 years and not for slaughtering and killing people, man, that is the ultimate high. That's gonna get you higher than any drug or alcohol out there, man. That's real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what more you want than that, man?
Real.
So, you guys still have the Gmail?
Yeah, we still got the Gmail. Like I said, you can hit me up on my phone number. I gave that number out, 562-293-7627. Or you can go to grassrootscn@aol.com. That's my email address.
Okay.
Send me some information or questions that you have. We getting ready to put on this play that my man Jose is going to be at. It's about to be off the hook. If anybody recognize me, you know how these plays are that I do. They are action-packed, always with a positive message. This one is definitely all ages. November 17th. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait. 2:30 to 4 o'clock. City of Glendora. Holla.
See? There you go, man. See? So, again, it's like I was telling Alan, we had a guest earlier before. Her name was Michelle. She does a thing like a booking agency called Gala Nights, but
that's dope.
But she also does stuff in the community. She does benefit shows for mental health. Same thing for people at risk. Different benefits.
That's dope.
Okay, so that's what MoonKill's about. Not just bringing the bands in, helping the bands get out there, but also people, actually making a difference in our community. I feel
you
know what I mean? So let's we'll take a quick one, and then we're gonna get back to know the man himself.
Okay.
Right?
Look forward to that. Yeah.
All right, so we're back again. We're back with Mr. Alan Brown of GRCN, Grassroots Community Networks. Let's get to know the man a little bit.
No doubt, man.
What I known this guy again, 27, 28 years. Although I knew him under a different name. Back then he was Kane. He was Kane.
Yeah.
Right,
I didn't pick that for myself either.
No?
They gave me that on the
Who gave you that name?
Man, that is crazy. When I was at Fay Ross, I was a total loner in 7th grade. I only had one friend by the name of Larry Williams. If any of y'all went to GAR, y'all know him. You know Larry, right? Larry Williams.
I have to try to see him. Yeah, I have to see him.
But anyway, that was still my good homeboy to this day. But that was the only person I knew. I was coming from Gardena, you know what I'm saying? Moved out here from Gardena. My family, we moved around a lot. Some of y'all who've had hard times, y'all know how that go. You just keep it pushing.
Yeah.
But I was at Fay Ross and I didn't know nobody. And they had a dance at lunch. And at that dance, I went in the dance and I had my overalls on. I heard they was going to have it. My overalls with my hoodie sweater. You know what I'm saying? With the one strap off. You know how we get down?
Yeah.
I don't know how we was dancing in them boots, but, we had the ABC boots on. And, wow. I went up in there, man, and in Gardena, housing was already prevalent. We was coming out of the breaking era. And housing was the main thing. And, when they turned that music on, particularly, I want to say it was X-Clan Funkin' Lesson.
Oh.
And when they turned that beat on, me and my other homeboy, Wesley, we was like, he was coming from Carson. So, we already knew what time it was, but out in Cerritos, I'm not saying that nobody was doing it, but it didn't hit yet like that crazy at the middle school.
Yeah.
That beat came on, and I jumped into my little dance routine and did my thing. Not a routine, freestyle. And before I knew it, the whole, dance was rocking. Everybody was coming through in a circle. I did my little 1990, if y'all know what that is. You know what I'm saying? And didn't have too much on the floor, but I had that. And my homeboy did his move. And before I knew that, after that dance, actually, no, let me take that further back. When I did that move, this dude from, he moved out here from the Midwest. And if any of y'all out there know about B-Born or breaking in the Midwest, it was really big at the time in the 80s. I didn't even know that, but when he saw me do that, he was like, oh, he did that move like Kane. That's Big Daddy Kane right there. Now, that's not my name. I love Big Daddy Kane. That's one of my favorite artists. And everybody said, what's his name? Yeah, that's Kane. And that name just stuck. It just stuck. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know. I couldn't tell you how long it took me to actually know your real name.
Yeah.
Serious. I just knew Kane.
Yeah.
Like, man. Oh yeah, I don't know that. So, yeah, no, that's Kane.
Shout
right
out
there.
to my man Rashidi. I don't know where he's at this time. He was in 8th grade. I was in 7th grade, but everybody knew me as Kane after that. And there's still some people hit me up on Facebook as Kane, but my real name is Alan Brown. Yeah, man.
See, I love that because
people see me. Some people they be like Kane. My kids be looking like, who the hell is Kane?
Who's Kane?
But yeah, that's me, man.
See, with that's what I love because that's how I know you.
Yeah,
it's Kane.
Yeah.
Like even later on, like you said, after we with the dancing we've done the last 10 years, whatever.
Man.
It's like, oh, that's Silent. No, that's Kane.
Yeah.
Or it's either vice versa. Like,
you even got T-Rock calling me Kane now.
Yeah, they'll be like, yo, where's Kane? They'll be like, who's that?
Yeah.
They'll be like, Kane. They'll be like, oh, sorry. Where's Alan at? Oh, I know him.
Yeah, my mom used to always ask why they called me Kane. Cause see, I grew up, I'm coming out the crack era.
Right.
So she thinking cane like cocaine. She checking my pockets, making sure I ain't slanging. You know what I'm saying? I ain't out there doing nothing crazy like that. But no, it came from my man Rashidi. He called me that, man, and it just stuck ever since. I love it, but obviously there's a Big Daddy Kane, and that's my,
who did?
Era. But I did one of the corniest things though when I was in 7th grade, because since that name stuck, and I still remember this to this day. And some of the girls that are now grown women and got kids of their own will probably remember this. I remember I came to school after a couple of weeks after that name started getting known, and I had cut the face off of this rap magazine of Big Daddy Kane, and I took my head and I put it on it and glued it on there. Man, I was trying to live up that part, man. So Big Daddy Kane, shout out to you out there, man. It's only one Big Daddy Kane. Long live the Kane. But if you ever want to pass that torch, I got you, G.
Right. You know what?
Yeah.
Big shout out to Kane. But shout out to Scoob and Scrap.
Oh, yes.
Which were his dancers, man.
Most definitely.
Because I admit, there's plenty of moves I took from those guys.
Still do. That pop off the back to the splits, I still do that to this day. To the half split, excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm 41 years old.
Yeah. And I don't go down that easy no more.
Nah.
But back then, Scoob and Scrap.
Scoop and Scrap.
They were
Scoop and Scrap lover.
They were Scoop and Scrap lover. They were one of the best, man.
Yeah.
Two of the best.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought them up, man.
Good shout out to those guys.
Yeah.
But okay, so Baby Allen, Baby Kane. Give me this. We don't have to, don't have to be detailish. Just
no problem. Whatever.
Just give me broad strokes. Just give me a story about Baby Kane, man.
Well, basically, man, for me, man.
You were born here?
Yeah, I was born in Los Angeles. Actually, the city of, this is going to sound wild, actually born in Beverly Hills Hospital. My mom makes sure I always say that.
Really?
Love her to this day. Yeah, she's still alive, thank God.
Yeah, shout out to moms. I don't know if you remember me, moms, but
she does.
I met you a few times.
She know I'm here right now. But yeah, born in Beverly Hills. I grew up, I had a really good childhood. I got a sister and who's been involved with me in hip-hop, and we used to recite JJ Fad Supersonic till my dad took the record and said y'all can't even listen to it more. That's how much we was reciting it. That, Salt Pepper, Showstopper, Don't Believe the Hype, Public Enemy. So hip-hop has always been a major thing for me. I've been dancing forever, it feels like. My mom said when I was 2 years old, she took me to a party, and I went in there and I jumped on the floor and tried to spin on my back. I tried to do the move. I think it was that I think it was I want to say it was Crazy Legs, that move he does. And he did a windmill in Beat Street, and he ended up in a bridge with his shoes on his hands or something. So
Crazy Legs.
Yeah, so I saw that, and then I remember seeing Ronald Reagan had some dancers on the for his presidential inauguration.
Yeah,
so that was my introduction to dancing, which was breaking. But through the years, I tried to keep up with every style. I didn't know the significance and all the terminology and all that, because we didn't have all of these things that me and Jose have talked about that y'all got now, like the YouTube and all that. So we had to find older cats that knew what time it was to show us a move. So I've been involved with the dancing. I wanted to be a basketball player. My pops taught me in the 80s, even though it was crack all around me, and that's no joke, and I don't want to put none of my family on Front Street with that, but they know what time it is.
You grew up boy, Gardena or
well, I grew
Compton
up, we moved around a lot, man. So it was like we lived in Inglewood, we lived in Compton, we lived in Gardena. Gardena really was the heart for me because that's where the dancing really jumped off. It was really, really jumping off in Gardena, right by Prairie Middle School, which we called junior high school at that time. Middle school is the new name. And it was just, I mean, everybody was dancing. It wasn't like I think you said it best, man. It was like it wasn't like hip hop dance. It wasn't necessarily like breaking. It was just like when you put hip hop on, we set it off. And guys and girls we was having a ball, and it was nowhere near like I was the best. But I loved it. My pops taught me that, instead of doing drugs, which was all around me at that time, that the basketball could be my drug. So I got really sick with the basketball, with the handles, wanted to go to the NBA like a lot of kids, but really the hip hop was really just the business for me, and I just loved to dance, man. It was just on. That first those first dances I went to, I remember I asked a girl, did she want to dance, and looked on her face, and she was like, And after that, it was just on the breaking tip, and we was just setting it off. Big up to my man Carl, who's still out there, Carl Holmes, who's my friend to this day. He was the best dancer out there. You know, he's a bodybuilder now and stuff like that. That's my boy. But yeah, man.
So this is still, you're still in Gardena at that time?
I'm in Gardena. The gangs,
junior high.
Yep, the gangs is heavy, real heavy. But like I said, my pops, you know, he ran a boy crew that was going around selling newspapers.
Yeah.
So newspaper subscriptions. So a lot of the gang members from all the gang, even though I'm the youngest person, I had a job at 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? Where I was going door to door. Almost got kidnapped a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? Had to run up out of there. You know what I'm saying? You know, I went through a lot of crazy stuff, but it makes you who you are, and if it don't kill you, it makes you stronger. So that was really what popped off with that, man.
Right. So you're in Gardena. I mean, it's junior high, which is a lot of I won't say a lot, but at least for that era that I know of, that's where a lot of kids started to kind of go their ways. Like high school's where everything's cemented, right? You're either gonna be a gang member or you're not.
Right.
But junior high, you could tell some kids were kind of going that route.
Yeah.
You know, maybe some weren't as involved, but you could tell they might be going that route or whatever the deal is. Now you never joined the gang.
No, I never joined the gang. Because I was so thick into the dancing, and like you said, when people started going their separate ways. See, when I was dancing, we had Japanese people, Filipinos, Samoans, blacks, white kids, Mexican kids, probably some other races that I might not even name, but we all was together as dancers, as just hip hop, setting it off. So it wasn't really like. But when we got in middle school, people started to kind of branch out, be Crips, Bloods, essays, and so forth and so have you. So, but I never got into that because I was still wanting to dance. And my homeboy Caesar, rest in peace, he got smoked. He got killed the second week of middle school, who was really my mentor because I moved out after almost the end of sixth grade. Yeah, about the end of sixth grade, I moved to Cerritos, and I ended up going to middle school, and I would come home on the weekend. I go to Gardena on the weekends, and my homeboy Caesar will put me up on game to all the newest dance moves, the style, the clothes. I mean, we'll break all this down. Because when I was in Cerritos, it was like almost like, I'm not saying everybody, but where I was at, they was a little bit behind. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't as up on the new style. We was going in the house and with the rayon shirts and all that kind of stuff, or the overalls and all that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm at school. You know, kids are still rocking flat tops. I already got like my hair in twists. You know what I'm saying? On the top, just crazy and stuff like that. And he would put me on game. And when he got killed, that really messed me up. He had a twin sister, and you know, it messed me up, messed a couple of my other friends up, and they just went thick into gangbanging, and I just was like, nah, I'm still dancing, man.
Yeah.
You know, I had family members who was banging, but my uncle, one of the craziest gangbangers that people tell me about today, told me that he was, I would try to talk to him about it, but he would just be like, man, I don't want to talk about that. You know, he was the one who just told me, no, you don't need to be tough. Just because you're in a gang don't make you tough. To be a strong man, you ain't got to be in a gang. And this is the craziest gangbanger I know. I would tell people his name, and they'd be like, oh, shoot. I didn't want to cuss on there. So, so he was really the person who kept me away from that, man. Good looking.
Okay, well, I mean, but you had dancing, which was obviously you're saying was a big part, but then because of your pops, you already were almost growing that sense of community work.
Most definitely.
Already growing that at an early age.
Oh yeah, he instilled that in me. Even though in the early '80s we was bumping heads for a minute. He wasn't always this saint that I may make it seem. You know, he had his times where he was doing some things in the street, and he was well known in the street too. But he really just told me that this ain't the way you gotta go. So by him doing that, if it wouldn't have been for him and my uncle, obviously my mom was always on a positive kick too, but the males in my life, if it wasn't for them, I don't know where I would be. I don't think I would be here. You know, my friend getting killed at such an early age, really hit me like this gangbanging stuff is real. And
Yeah,
I didn't see it like that because nobody was getting killed that was close to me. Even though we had people that would rob places, you see them running through your backyard with helicopters. We was laughing and thought that was funny. You see a car on the street and then it gets stripped the next morning and nothing's on it.
Well, I mean, it's and at a trip, right? Like how stuff like that is like every day.
Every day.
That's a norm.
That was normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't hitting home for me until my homeboy.
Well, because that was the norm.
Yeah, that was normal.
Just like little things like that was norm.
And we listening to gangbang rap, but
Back
we was
then,
still dancing to it too, though. So it was kind of like,
still had,
easier said than done. It's still one of my favorite songs to dance to. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
So but it got real, and it got real fast. But at the same time, I was so heavily into dancing, and that it was like I wanted to dance, man. I'm like, you guys can do that if you want to, but it was killing me because, especially with the race thing, because it was like, or they'd be like, oh, this is my enemy now, man. We got to get him. And I'm like, that's your enemy. You was eating oatmeal with him, just a couple of years ago. We was spending the night together, pillow fighting and stuff. And now you talking about killing him. I'm like, oh, this ain't for me, man. So, I never really got thick into the gangbang life like that,
Yeah.
So
that's good. So you come down to Cerritos.
Yeah, come to Cerritos. I go to Fay Ross. Got introduced to the gang Artesia, you know what I'm saying? And I had a lot of good friends from there. Rest in peace to my man Joe Leon. That was like one of my best friends from Artesia. My other homeboy Roger Oliveira, who's still alive to this day. He'll be at that play. We still set it off. We had a good time. As kids, we was just, oh my God, we was wild. We did so many things that just innocent fun, but yeah, we had a good time, man.
All right, being kids, man.
Yeah, and Wes, and I met Wes in 7th grade, and he was also a good friend of Jose, my man right here, and he helped me just perpetuate taking the dance to the next level and keeping it serious, because after my man Caesar died, it was weird because I didn't trip off of the styles no more. But West hit me up on the styles. He used to. I ain't gonna even front. Sometimes we didn't have all the money in my family, And West would be like, "Hey man, you still want to look like a house or you want to look like a dancer? Here's some clothes. Boom. And he'd shoot me some clothes and I'd rock them. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, really looking out for a brother, man, at that time. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't with us no more. But his breath lives on through my breath. And it's gonna continue with every little dance move I got. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. And that's how we met, was through Wes.
Yeah, through Wes.
Yeah, we all danced together.
Actually, you know what though? Now that I think about it, it was another crew member who had told me about you and Abel, Clint, before I even met you.
Clint.
Yeah, Clint told me about Abel because he used to do this. DJ Abel, he used to do this. I don't know if you remember this. He used to beatbox.
Oh yeah.
And he used to make the beat of Dog Catcher. Remember that? I can't do it.
Oh yeah.
He used to do the Dog Catcher.
Yeah. And people used to love that.
Clint told me about you. He was like, "Hey, he looked like he's a gangster, but he's actually really into hip hop like us." So I was like, "Okay," and that's how he described you. No, I'm just keeping it thorough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So. That's when, and then once I started kicking it with y'all, we would go and I would watch y'all DJ. I wasn't DJing, and y'all just was off the chain with that, man, and the new records and all of that stuff. Oh my God, man, y'all was killing it, man. I wish that all of the listeners really could have been there, man, to watch y'all too on them wheels of steel, man. That was no joke.
Oh,
I guess y'all still doing it. So.
Hey there, cool cats and hip kittens. I'm your boy Catfish, and I'm the host of the Cat Blues Radio Hour, broadcasting on 99.1 KLBP FM Long Beach Public Radio and available on the web at klbp.org. Tune in every week. Just make sure you turn it up real loud and celebrate the blues.
And like I said, throughout all this time, man, my uncle really, while all this was going down, because he's dead right now, he kept me involved with it. If you don't mind, can I elaborate on that real quick a little bit? Okay. This is the thing about my uncle, man. A lot of people may know him when you talk about the Tupac killing or whatever, because he was the quote-unquote notorious driver, Terry Brown. I'm Alan Brown. That was my uncle. That's the one who kept me away from the gang. Him and his brother, Dulo, aka Michael Brown. They kept me out of that. But the thing about that is that, man, I've watched some people, and I'm not gonna say no names in particular, who talk about him, and they try to make it seem like, you know, on some of these interviews, like he's just this notorious gangster killer, you know, just massacring people and just, you know, and he done got shot all these times, does shoot. And it's something, man, that I can't fade. And I said to myself, if I ever get a chance to speak on this, I want to, because I don't like the way they're making it portrayed like he's just not even a human being almost. You understand? Like he's just this super thug. And even though I knew about that when that took place, and I had to keep my mouth shut at the same time, I'm talking about when the Tupac killing went down. I just don't like how they take his name and make it seem like he's a super thug. That was my uncle. He was a family man. This was a person who would give you the shirt off his back. He had so many people, I'm just keeping it real, that he raised that was not his kids, who he gave money to, food. I physically watched it. He always made sure that he had a connection with his granddaughter, with my kids. And I'm not talking about trying to play this gangbang role and all this kind of stuff. You know, that was my heart, and I just wanted to put that out there, because I don't like the way that when I watch on some of these interviews that some of these people is giving on some of these social media channels, and they keep on talking about how he's a super thug and calling him by his gang name and all this other kind of stuff. It was a total other side to that, man, and I never saw that gangbang side in my life. I grew up with him, never saw it, you know. And I just heard about it from other people and be like, wow. And every time I would try to ask him about it, he was like, let's talk about some rap. Let's talk about who you think is better, Chuck D or KRS-One. Well, let's talk about that new Ice Cube album. You know, he didn't want to, he was like, man, that gangbanging stuff is stupid, man. He was like, don't ever get involved with it. You know, you don't have to be a strong man. You don't have to be in a gang to be a strong man. You can take care of your family, love your family. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to go to prison to be tough. You know, all of these misconceptions that I've seen some people do, and I'm not going to say no names because some of them is kind of related to me as well. I don't like the way that y'all making it seem like he's some kind of super thug. That was a family man. I loved him. You know what I'm saying? He left some people behind. He went out a bad way, but, you know, I'm not going to stay too long on that, but I just don't like the way that people was doing that. Thank you, Jose.
No, yeah, man. That's it. Hey, get it out there.
Yeah.
So, let's get to the grassroots, man.
No problem.
So, what led to doing this grassroots movement, the community's network?
No problem. I'm glad you asked that. Well, my father, as like I told y'all before, you know, growing up in the 80s in the crack era, it was crazy, especially in the early 80s, and he was involved with that as well. But as the later 80s started to come along, he would pick up people in the neighborhood, gang members, and we would play basketball, play football, and these was people from different hoods, and he would tell them basically like, you know, y'all ain't got nothing no different just because you got this rag on and you got this rag on and you claim this block or you claim this block. We all gonna play football. We mixing up the teams, and this is what we doing today. If anybody got any problems, then you gonna have to fight me. And he was a big dude, so nobody really wanted to do that.
Yeah.
And he would take us to go and you know, he would take us places outside the hood. You know, whatever hood I was living in or whatever hood they was from, he'd take us to golf and stuff in Downey. He'd take us to Camelot out in, I think that's Orange County. You know, just to experience.
Oh, yeah.
Experience different types of things. Take us to fly kites. You know, gangbangers who ain't never did nothing like that. They ain't got no fathers in their life.
They wouldn't even think about flying a kite.
No, that was the beginning of grassroots. I just didn't know it. So what happened was when I got done playing ball in college, we worked for this other company, and I don't want to put them out there, but they was doing really good work. But there was no way for me and my father to move up in that company. This guy already had his how he wanted it to go. He wanted his kids to take over one day, and I told my dad, I said, you know, this is cool and all that, but I think we should start our own thing. And when I said that to my father, he was like, yeah, okay, cool. And you know, we came up with he came up with the name Grassroots. And there was already a Grassroots Productions, which was doing some hip-hop stuff, I think, if you remember.
Yeah.
But my father always wanted to do the grassroots thing, and I'm talking about since the 80s. He said if he ever had a company, that's what he wanted to call it. So it wasn't like we was biting. He had this way before that. So I told him about that. He said, well, let's be Grassroots Community Network. can't argue with my pops too much. So
yeah.
I've always tried to be real abstract. But make a long story short, so he said, let's go ahead and do this grassroots community network. We established ourselves as a nonprofit, and we started off working at the big up to the YMCA the one for the women too, not YMCA, YWCA.
YWCA,
and we started out contracting with them, and we would work with at-risk youth, and we started out putting on plays in the community, putting on plays in Lamert Park, right by Project Gloat, if y'all are familiar with that, on 48th. We talked a little bit about that earlier. But we would put on plays there addressing social issues, and my father wrote a play about when he was getting locked up when he was a kid for bank robbery and doing some other things like that called Two More to Go, and I acted as him in that play. And that was my beginning of the theater thing, and I just fell in love with acting. I really wanted to be not necessarily just an actor, but create change through theater, because I knew if acting could hit me this way, for a kid who's growing up in the hood who may see themselves as, I put it to you like this, and I talk to these kids all the time. If you see yourself, you get up in the morning, everybody wakes up in the morning and they fix their hair a certain kind of way. They fix their clothes a certain kind of way to get into the character that best fits them. You may look like abstract, you may look like a businessman, a gangbanger, so forth and so on. But let's work on the character that's going to be the best one for society based on what you want to be. And once I started getting involved with that, and I felt like we could get this across to the young people, I would work in the juvenile camps and probation camps. Some kids who was, going to go from there to YA. From YA, they was going to go to prison. And we started doing acting and producing those same plays that my father did. And when my father, started passing the torch to me and said, man, you can do this on your own. I started doing it on my own, and we started creating change through theater. And it was like I would write plays, and the kids in the camp, extreme talent. Just because somebody may have committed a crime or some of the different circumstances in the place that they live, I'm not making excuses for their decisions they made, but sometimes you just got to give them another opportunity and give them an outlet and believe in them and give them some consistency. Because a lot of people, a lot of the youth, they don't have that consistency. They don't have that background. Their parents might be on drugs, might not have no parents. It used to trip me out when I first started working in the camp programs and doing my program in there, and they allowed us to do it. Thank you for that, LA County Education. That a kid would get ready to go home, and he would be mad about it. And I didn't understand that. Like, you getting ready to go home, you getting ready to leave here, and they'd be like, "Man, I'm mad about that," and be pissed, and would try to do certain things so that they wouldn't be able to get out. And I didn't understand that because your home life was so messed up. That this structure in this jail is much better. And I didn't realize that this is conditioning you now for prison. So when I would talk to a lot of kids, they would want to they would look forward to going to prison. Knowing that it's no females, or even in the female ones, no males, they was okay with that. Being a heterosexual. They was cool with that because they knew that the structure in this environment is much better than their home life, than what was going on. And I'm not just talking about kids who, of course, some of them parents was on drugs or gangbangers or so forth and so on, or neglecting them. I'm talking about some of these kids, man. I can think of one in particular who both of his parents was preachers. Another kid who both of his parents were teachers. I saw them when they came to visit. It wasn't like they was talking to him crazy and outlandish, but something wasn't right in that home. So when I started noticing that, then I started really focusing on, okay, now this is cool, you guys acting in these plays, but now what do you want to do with your life? And that is my first question I ask a young person. And if they don't know, I find out what they like. What do you like? What are you into? So we can find some different things that you're into so you can reach your goal. The ultimate goal, I heard Oprah Winfrey say this, might have added the word or took a word from it. Ultimate goal is if you can wake up in the morning and do something that you love. And if you can wake up in the morning and do something that you love and get paid for it, you're living out your dream. I messed up a lot in my life. I went through a lot of different phases, as you heard during this interview. But right now, my ultimate goal was, I used to always say, after I blow up in rapping, after I blow up in basketball, after I blow up in acting, I want to give back. And I didn't realize what I'm really saying is the ultimate goal is to give back. It's not to blow up. It's to give back. So now that I'm giving back and helping people reach their goal, I have the ultimate job, to help somebody else reach their goal. I used to be on some, look what I can do. I can do this dance move. I can do this. I got this rhyme. I got this play. But now that I've noticed that I can help, now I look at this now and I talk to my peoples and I'll be like my family and be like, man, I got this person to believe in themselves. They got an A on the test. This person now is involved with a trade program that's going to help him be an architect or an engineer. Or this young lady now is giving up methamphetamines and now she's able to get her kids back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And those are the things. That was the ultimate goal. I just couldn't see it at that time because, I didn't know then what I know now. So now the ultimate goal is to continue doing this until the wheels fall off. So I dance and I do some other things that I think is pretty fresh. But at the same time, man, the best thing I do is help these young people reach their goals. And that's what Grassroots is about. The whole world is your stage. 196,940,000 square miles of the planet Earth. And you get to pick the part that you play. So I hope you, as you hear this interview, you think about the part that you're playing in this world because it's real. You never know when it could be over. We talk about my friend Wes like he's sitting right next to us.
Yeah.
And
no, but that's good because you're giving, which is funny, like you said, like your pops, in the areas that we were involved in, lived in. Kids in them areas, and we know you don't inner cities. You don't think, especially for gangbang kids,
right.
You don't think, let's go, let's go to the park and fly a kite.
Yeah.
That kind of thinking don't enter your world
at all.
And if anything is, what sucks in those areas too is that if anything like that would come up, especially if a kid was around other kids from that same area,
right,
or the actual or even older gang members, flying a kite, man, that'll get you beat up.
Yeah,
straight up. From a lot of those kids, they wouldn't think of that.
That's
because
sad, but that's true.
It is, like for one, it's hardly it wouldn't really cross their minds. For two, if it did, that's the kind of stuff. Because in those environments, it's not tough. It's not cool.
Right.
But it's amazing. I've seen a few myself, dealing with certain people and other. I mean, years ago, dealing with other groups that dealt with youth.
Right.
And it's amazing to see kids like that react to stuff like that you don't think that they would ever do. Kids in the city, they don't, they like, again, a lot of kids, they don't have the outlet to go to, like you said, places like you mentioned, Camelot. For those that don't know, out here in California or Southern California, like the Orange County area has a place. And it's basically just like it's a variety of things they have. I mean, it's like a miniature golf place that has the arcade. It has batting cages, and
right.
It's got the different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But for the inner city kids, especially the LA kids, and then too, there's so much that goes on everyday life out there,
right,
that you're used to. But that's the norm. But you're so used to, people running from the cops. You're so used to people jumping in your backyards trying to get away from other gang members, from other people, to hurt them, or from the cops themselves. That type of stuff is norm, and all that other stuff is stuff you see on TV.
Right.
Anything outside your neighborhood is like Disneyland.
Let me.
You only see it on TV.
If I could say a story,
Go for it,
this
man.
is gonna be real quick.
Hold on. We'll take a quick one. Then we'll come back with your story.
No doubt.
And then we'll get the rest of it with Alan Brown. Right?
Yo,
Stay with us.
Boy.
It's your favorite radio host here, Kenny Field, reminding you there are new episodes of the Go-Go Boots Radio Hour airing on Saturday nights from 9 to 10 p.m. and encoring Thursday morning, 9 to 10 a.m. on KLBP.
Okay, we're back with Mr. Alan Brown, CEO, founder, executive director of Grassroots Community Networks. Go ahead, man. Give the story for us.
I just wanted to say, man, basically, as I've talked about, I work with a lot of male youth and a lot of gang members and stuff like that. I don't want to make it seem like I forgot about the females as well, because I work with a lot of females, young ladies who are maturing into women, and I always tell them that I'm treating them like I give them the same advice I would give my daughter. And as we talk about some of the things that's real basic, I just think about one story that stands out to me of a young lady who, I'm not going to say no names because all of this, I ain't going to put nobody out there for confidentiality purposes, but I watched her, come into the system and told me her story willingly, voluntarily, as I was asking what she wanted to be. She said, well, this is all I've been, which is a prostitute. And she's only 15 years old, and she'd been doing that for the last 4 or 5 years. And to me, that's just shocking and devastating. But to watch her in this particular home that she was at and play piano, play Chutes and Ladders, Connect Four, working on how to do an interview, writing a resume, talking about cartoons, all of this was like new to her. She had to grow up too fast, so, a lot of times, for all the young people that may see this, man, don't try to grow up too fast, man. You only get to be young one time. Me and Jose sit up in here and we talk about how we was young and all of the things that we went through and stuff like that because we was able to have that childhood and, not have to grow up too fast. We had some things that really, me and him both, I know a lot about him and he knows a lot about me, that we had to mature and had to be a man and handle it. But we did have some fun. So, it's okay to have some innocent fun and things like that. But I just want to say that me working with the young ladies is just important as the young men. It goes hand in hand. And all of the different religions of the people that I done worked with, whatever religion you into, I'm not knocking nobody's religion. But sometimes, man, all that's doing is dividing us up. And we got to look at some of the things that we have more in common than the differences that we have, and ostracize people and say, okay, well, you're gonna go to here and you're gonna go to here and you're not with me, so this isn't the right way. Let's look at some of the things that we got more in common, man. And I challenge all of those out there, who are religious people, to stop tripping off of sometimes all of the differences that we have with other people because they don't believe what we believe. But look at some of the similarities that we got, because everybody should be taken seriously, and let's work on making this world a better place. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, of course, man. And that's like here, like I said, I mean, like MoonKILL, we don't, we're a radio show. We have live band sessions. Even just I've always been under the thing of, like, each one teach one.
That's right.
And then at the same time, spread love wherever we can. Even though we're our own radio show, we do what we do. I don't mind. I love just to promote other radio shows.
That's dope.
Like I love promoting, and I promote a show on the Instagram page.
Word.
Megan's mixtape. Big shout out to Megan's mixtape, which airs the same time ours does.
That's dope.
And that's like, but I'm not trying to hold anyone back, and just showing love to anyone out there doing their thing the same as we are, man.
Selfless service.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But again, that's which is great. So the different how you put this, different services you have with Grassroots.
No problem. Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is what I got. Right.
Okay.
It took a few little notes You know, even though I know I try to do my part as an interviewer.
Oh, you're doing a great job, man.
You know,
you're doing a great job.
I try to get little notes going on here.
You got a fan for life here, man. I'm with you.
So we got, you know, you got youth development.
Yes.
It also says career
employability
training, right? Staff development training.
Yes.
Upper management and executive training.
Yep.
But I think and along with the youth, what I feel the most is substance abuse and mental health.
Definitely.
Services.
Definitely.
So for people that are hearing this, seeing this, whatever it is, you know, if they got issues, how do they get to grassroots for the help?
Well, there's a couple of different ways that you can contact us. Once again, I give out my phone number. This is my personal number. I'm not worried about nobody playing no games on the phone or me being hidden all off in the hills, even if I made it famous and got money and all that. My number is 562-293-7627. Or you can go to grassrootscn@aol.com, and that's the email, and you can ask for some more information. You can also visit our website, which is Grassroots Connecting Communities. So there's many different ways to get in touch with us. Obviously, if you listen to this radio show, my man Jose has my information. But you can, you know, it's as easy as giving me a call. We can set something up. All things are negotiable. We do volunteer our services. We also contract through the LA County of Education to provide various services, but you know, that's not the only way we get it done. You know, the main thing is, I said before, you know, it's kind of like, you know, we travel wherever the need may be, and we're going to go ahead and service it. Right now we're in LA County, but we do want to branch out at the same time and provide these services, because everybody needs to believe in themselves, and that's what we want everybody to do, young or old, is to believe that whatever mental health issues you got, whatever substance abuse issues you got, if you just don't even believe in yourself or believe in anything,
regardless of age,
regardless of any age, right, young or old, we can be able to go ahead and help you reach that. We designed that map that's going to help you get to the treasure, whatever your goal is. And even if you're not sure what your goal is, we're going to help you find that out by just finding out more about you and where you've been, and so that way we can help you go to where you want to go.
All right, man. Okay, you gave them all the info.
Yes, sir.
You got your Gmails out there.
Yep.
Facebooks. So you're on Instagram,
yep,
Twitters.
I'm not on Instagram right now, but I am on Facebook. If you go to Alan Brown Facebook, you'll see me in a b-boy pose. You know what I'm saying? That I can barely hold nowadays, but I can still do it. You'll see me in a pose with my good friend Iceman, who works with me. Shout out to him, and my other good friend B-boy Don, who works with me as well.
Iceman, for anyone listening now, an earlier recording, earlier shows, we have shouted out Iceman. Iceman is one of the guys who helps with, again, for this being part of KLBP, Long Beach Public Radio. I would say community service too as well, yes, or community stuff. He does do a lot of stuff. He works with a lot of kids. He teaches kids how to break.
Yes.
He teaches them. He gets them shows. I mean, these kids perform at the aquarium. They perform with you too, right?
Yeah. I get
they
down
perform with you guys.
Aquarium every year. The Human Abilities Festival and the African American Festival.
Okay.
And Iceman is one of the best b-boy breaking teachers ever, and I'm gonna say that real quick. Why? Because a lot of times people can make this art form or make it a little bit. It can seem very complex and very hard to do. Everybody has different methods of teaching. I like the fact that you're gonna be able to work with him that day and walk away with a move that you got. Yeah. So he comes down to your level of where you're at and your physical ability. He works with people with all different types of physical challenges, and he's a very, very good teacher, as well as my man Don as well. They're both very, very good teachers. They have two different approaches, but equally as effective. That's one of my favorite b-boys is Don. Man, still doing it very fast to this day too.
Yeah, he's man.
Quick.
That guy's ridiculous. Yeah. But again, Iceman does a lot of work at and again, the whole Long Beach
Homeland.
Yeah, the community thing. Long Beach does have Homeland Youth. Was it Youth Cultural Center?
Yes, Homeland Youth Center.
Youth Center, which is MacArthur Park in Long Beach. On what is that? Anaheim.
Anaheim.
It's on Anaheim.
Orange. No, Gundry.
Gundry. Yeah, Gundry. Okay, Anaheim and Gundry, but it's the Homeland Youth Center, and this place has been open for decades.
Decades, yes.
We've been going there for decades.
Yeah.
Again, it is open to the public. It is open at Tuesday nights. They have our buddy DJ Irvin and
Irvin.
Some of these people that DJ. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to dance. You could just go there and listen to the music. Listen to what the DJs play. If you want to dance, the floor is open to whoever. You can learn. Iceman's always there. I think the guy lives there, but he's always there.
Yeah, a little something like that.
You can always hit him up. He's willing to teach you. Irvin's a great guy. He also teaches at times.
Irvin teaches too. That's right.
He does DJ, but he is at first he was a b-boy. But started DJing
too.
Yeah.
Off the chain.
But again, the Homeland Culture Center, they do have spots for graffiti, and again, it's a youth center, so there is stuff going there, more community work for you as well.
Yeah. And shout out to Chrissy B, his lovely wife, who just had a birthday. I ain't gonna say the age because I don't need y'all too mad at me. But a happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday,
as well.
Chrissy.
I love both of y'all, man.
See, so again, it's we have Alan doing his work, also working with other people who do other stuff in the community as well, and it's just networking. Just constantly networking.
Yeah, holla at your boy, man. We gonna make this world a better place. That's my mission before I exit this planet. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna set this off.
Oh, cool,
and
man.
Check me out at that play, man, coming up soon. Can I give a address?
You got the address for it?
Yeah, can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Come on,
cool,
man.
Cool.
Plug it. Plug all your stuff, man. That's what we're here for.
I appreciate it.
They ain't here to listen to me. Come on, man.
Check this out, man. Aubrey's Magic Alley AMA. Y'all gotta check this out. Starring my daughter as Aubrey. Her name is Aubrey too. Aubrey's Magic Alley. And this play is off the hook. I done did this many a times. Come check us out at 531 East Arrow Highway 103 Glendora 9140. If you got any questions, hit me up 562-293-7627. Or you can also find out more about that on my son's webpage, which is called Wind and Fire. Wind and Fire. Check him out on YouTube. Wind and Fire Productions. My man Ali, he set it off.
He's got, so you got the play going on.
Yes, sir.
November
17th. And that's from 2:30 to 4 o'clock.
3 to 4.
And it is free.
And Glendora.
Get there early. All the thing you got to do is say that you heard it from me.
That's it. You got your son's got a YouTube channel?
My son got a YouTube channel, Wind and Fire Productions.
Wind and Fire Productions.
Yeah.
So you guys make sure you guys check that out.
Yeah. He does stop motions, man. It's crazy.
See? There you go. But again, all this is tied in to just helping people.
That's what it's about.
Right? Helping the community, helping your fellow man, period.
It's not about me, it's not about you, it's how we come together and do what it do.
Exactly. We all help each other out doing it.
That's
again, right. Alan, thank you for coming through.
Oh man, most definitely. Next time, man. I hope it can be a next time. I want to come through and rap, man. Just we did back in the day.
Yeah, we're gonna have him come back.
Stick 'em.
We're gonna have him come back, do a little freestyle something or something. But again, you guys check it out. Again, grassroots community networks. All right. If you got issues, substance issues, mental health, whatever it is, man. If you know somebody that's got issues, help them out.
Yeah.
Give them a hand. I don't know. Can they call for them?
They can call for them. They can text me. They can email.
Text
you
for them.
You can call and ask questions for somebody else. You can make it an anonymous call. But the main thing is, man, we only get, one shot at this life that we know of, guaranteed. And we want to make the most of it and live the most fruitful life we can live and reach our goals and our dreams. Live out your dreams, man. I don't know how many times I can say that, because that is super important for me to help you reach your dreams.
Yeah.
Especially them being positive.
Oh, especially the positive, man.
Yeah.
But again, you guys check out the grassroots community networks. You know, again, if it's you, if it's someone you know, give them a hand, help them out, get in touch with these guys. They got all kinds of stuff going on. There's an avenue, just give them a chance, man. Everyone deserves a second chance, sometimes a third, fourth chance. It's all good.
Everybody deserves a chance.
Something.
Some kind of chance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Kulski and T-Rock.
Yeah. Any
Youth
last...
the Flame days, y'all.
Oh, man. Those
You
are
know what I'm
great.
saying?
Any last shout-outs? Anything?
Yeah, man. I just want to give a shout-out to
it.
everybody out there, particularly all of the youth that's in the system right now, where you feel like don't nobody care about you. You feel like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do after this. Or you just feel like confused and all that kind of stuff, man. Don't even trip, you know what I'm saying? That energy is going to be positive shooting through you. Just try to reach your goals and your dreams. Identify what it is that you want to do. Keep it real with yourself. When you look at yourself in the mirror and you tell yourself, okay, this is what I want to do, make sure you're doing everything you can do to make that happen. And then, you're going to go ahead and get it the way you get it. And that's it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right on, man. All right, again, this is MoonKILL Radio, Alan Brown, Grassroots Network. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing.
Pleasure.
And again, putting it out there for anyone who needs the help, and just being a people of the planet.
Most definitely. Definitely.
But again, for me personally, thanks for coming in. Thanks for being cool with me for the last 30 years.
Oh, you already know, man. Since my old dancing whiz kid days. And all them other groups I used to be in, man. And shout out to everybody out there who, don't let age stop you, man. If you feel like you still want to get busy and do that dance thing or whatever it is that you do, be careful, get busy and have fun, man.
That's
I'm in my 40s, man, and I'm still dancing, man.
Still doing it.
Yeah. I might not be able to get off the floor as fast,
yeah,
but I can get down there, though.
Yeah. It's a lot easier going down and getting up, man.
It's a lot easier going down than getting up,
All right, that's it.
Man.
Again,
love.
Leave your comments, leave your likes, hit a like, hit the subscribe buttons, leave your comments. You're hearing this on the radio, again, get the hook up with these guys. Whoever wants to volunteer,
Holla
give them a shout out, man.
Most definitely.
You guys get involved, all right?
Yeah, man.
Again, we'll have you again, man. You guys, you will be coming back.
I want to come back and do that
We'll be
freestyle,
back.
man.
Oh,
for sure. You think I'm playing? I'm serious, man.
For sure. All right, it's MoonKILL Radio.
Ask Abel,
Brown.
man. Abel, listen to your show?
Probably not.
Abel, you need to listen to this show, man.
Yeah, right. Sucker. Again,
Love
man.
you, Abel.
We love Abel.